This essay example, as well as thousands of others, is available in text format on our website for free and without registration. Simply Google Ivy Panda Free Essays.
How our culture is affected by the media. The mass media has a great influence on the cultural patterns of the society depending on the way they respond to the influence. The role of men and women in the society has been greatly defined by the media and in the process affecting both intercultural and international communication. Many people across the world have been trying to understand the meaning of culture and its influence on how human beings behave. Different sociology scholars have tried to come up with various definitions of culture, with many of them having a lot of contradictions. The media has been instrumental in trying to explain to the people the meaning of culture and in the end enabling them to have a cultural identity. The well-being of people can only be guaranteed if they have a strong and definite identity that influences their sense of self and their relationship with other people who have a different cultural identity. The difference in beliefs and backgrounds helps people from different societies to relate and negotiate well. Intercultural relations have continued to fail because many people are not aware of their cultural identity. The internet and mass media have been instrumental in promoting globalization, which has led to many positive influences on the culture of different societies and races across the world. Many societies have been able to add new aspects to their cultures as a result of globalization that is greatly facilitated by the internet and the mass media. Globalization enables us to have an overview of different cultures across the world and in the end, be in a position to copy some positive aspects. These papers will highlight the importance of media in culture construction and how the media has led to intercultural socialization. Learning about other cultures through the media can create some stereotypes which can be negative at times. The media plays an important role in educating the people and making them familiar with some cultures so as to avoid stereotypes. Examples of stereotypes that have been created by the media include portraying Muslims as terrorists and Africans as illiterates. By educating the people about different cultures and emphasizing on the positive aspects, the media can play an important role in constructing the cultures of different societies across the world and in the process avoiding prejudice and stereotyping. The mass media has got a large audience that gives a lot of power to influence many societal issues. The media advocates for social concerns and enables communication and exchange of positive cultural values among different societies. The mass media presents information about a particular region of culture to the whole world, and it's therefore very important for the information to be properly investigated before presentation. Global sports such as the World Cup enjoy a lot of following across the world, and the media has the power to influence many cultural aspects during such tournaments. Many ideas concerning male and masculinity have been constructed by the media. The media portrays a man as brave and without emotions and women as fearful and emotional in television programs and movies. The media forms the idea of a real man in the society as the one who is aggressive and financially stable. Women are portrayed as housekeepers and the children grow up with this information. The media has constructed a new image of beauty which has continued to influence many women and even young girls across the world. Since beauty has been associated with having a slim figure, many women and young girls have become very enthusiastic about weight control and have also been influenced to change their diet. Schools and parents have failed in educating children about sexuality and in the process leaving the media as the only source of information about sexuality. According to traditional cultures, it's often a taboo to talk about sexuality with children, but this is bound to change because schools and parents are realizing that it is no longer sensible to avoid talking to children about sex-related issues. The media plays a very important role in ensuring that societal norms, ideologies and customs are disseminated. Socialization has been made possible and much simpler because of the media. Through socialization, different societies are able to share languages, traditions, customs, roles, and values. The media has become a significant social force in recent years, especially for the young people. Whereas the older generations view the media as a source of entertainment and information, the majority of young people see it as a perfect platform for socialization. The media highlights different values and norms and the possible consequences of failing to adhere to societal norms and values. Through the media, society is able to learn how to behave in different circumstances according to one's role and status. The media helps in portraying models of behavior that are supposed to be followed by the society and its members. The media is a fundamental agent of socialization whose operations are very basic compared to other agents such as schools, families and religious groups. The internet has got different forms of socialization such as Facebook and Twitter that have completely revolutionized the way people socialize in recent times. Apart from the internet, other media agents that have become very fundamental in socialization include the radio, newspapers, magazines and tabloids, just to mention a few. Through these media agents, ideas and opinions can be shared and exchanged. The internet has emerged to be the most powerful audio-visual medium since it can now be accessed by many people across the world. Through the internet, one is able to influence others or be influenced by other people who use the internet to share and exchange their opinions. Television is another media agent that has really enhanced socialization in many ways. Television gives people a good platform to give their opinions on various topics and issues affecting human life. The opinions shared on the television reach a large number of people because the television is a mass media that is capable of reaching a large audience. The media is often rapid and interactive and is a perfect socialization agent for young people who watch television most of the time compared to the elderly people. Since the youth form the majority of the audience, many media houses are always smart enough to present topics and programs that appeal to the young people. Media houses have the power to manipulate their audience in a skillful manner for the audience to buy into their ideas and messages. The media is able to make some products look appealing to the general public, an example being the status one would acquire if they possessed the latest cell phone in the market. The mass media has become a very vital agent in the development of children and the behavior of adults. Although the mass media has some negative influences on the audience, its benefits tend to override the negatives. There are some programs on the television that have useful information like the teachings of some foreign languages that are essential for social interaction. Programs that teach languages are very beneficial to both the children and adults in international socialization. Other programs enable children to be creative and dynamic in their thinking. These programs enable both children and adults to be more knowledgeable and affect their way of doing things. It is therefore very important for parents and guardians to be wary of the type of programs their children watch because some programs can end up having a negative influence on them. Programs with vulgar language and violence should be avoided by children because they can influence them negatively. Different networks have really affected the sense of reality in our society. Internet networks have continued to depict some issues that are out of touch with reality. The issue of stereotypes that has been mentioned in this paper has greatly been cultivated by networks. People who get information about certain types of people and cultures without real experience can end up having a wrong impression about a particular race, culture, or region that is contrary to the reality of the situation on the ground. Networks have affected our culture by highlighting some cultures as being primitive and in the process prompting the people to have a cultural shift. In conclusion, it is important to note that the media has a very important role in shaping our culture. The media has promoted globalization, and in the end people from different nationalities and cultures are able to exchange values and ideas that are beneficial to their lives. The mass media and the internet have greatly contributed to cultural construction of many societies across the world and therefore making them become very important agents of socialization. The mass media agents such as the television, internet, films and radio have been very instrumental in promoting socialization by providing a perfect platform for exchanging ideas and opinions on various issues that affect life. Networks have also been able to affect different cultures across the world. Some of the issues highlighted in films and movies are always fiction, but society tends to practice them in reality, which has led to some serious consequences. Networks and organizations have made the world become a global village. Networks and organizations will no doubt continue to influence the culture of many societies since there is so much information being passed across different networks and organizations. The media will continue to influence people's way of life both in the present and in the future. This essay on how our culture is affected by the media was written and submitted by your fellow student. You are free to use it for research and reference purposes in order to write your own paper. However, you must cite it accordingly.